I am an educator. I am a teacher for deaf and hard of hearing students. This is my 16th year teaching. I have an advanced professional license in early childhood, elementary education, special ed, and deaf and hard of hearing. I'm also fluent in American Sign Language. I went to McDaniel for my master's degree. My undergrad was at Towson University in psychology and deaf studies. And then I needed to either choose the psychology or the deaf studies route, and I've always loved children and decided to go to McDaniel for deaf education. So my master's is in deaf education. Going to McDaniel, I fell in love with McDaniel and the beautiful campus. I fell in love with Carroll County. I do have a quick little funny story of my first experience with Carroll. We would always go up to Gettysburg as a kid, and we would drive through Westminster up 140, and we would stop at the lake that's now the duck pond, but that park sometimes is like a halfway. And when I was about 8 years old, I had a horse stuffed animal that I left on the playground, and we went up to Gettysburg for the day, and I was so upset. And we came back, and it started raining on our way back, and I was so upset my horse was going to be ruined. And some nice Carroll County resident put it in a plastic bag so that it wouldn't get ruined. So from 8 years old, I fell in love with Carroll County. So I graduated from McDaniel in 2010. I started teaching for Carroll County Public Schools for the first 5 years. For my first 5 years, I did not get a step increase at all. No COLA, nothing. Unfortunately, I had to make the tough decision for my family and for myself to seek elsewhere. So I now teach for Baltimore County Public Schools. I've had self-contained classrooms with multiple grades of special education students, and my specialty, my favorite that I've done the most, is an itinerant teacher, which means I drive around from school to school working with students. I've worked with infants and toddlers doing home visits, all the way up to students on an IEP can stay in school up to 21. I partnered with the community college working with students, so elementary, middle, and high. I never thought I would be running for the Board of Education until my children were much older. I always felt that I was destined to do something great, but I would wait until my kids were older. But my son is 5 and in kindergarten, and I want to ensure that he has a phenomenal quality education, quality public education, just like all the students in Carroll County have gotten. My husband is born and raised in Carroll County and a Carroll County resident and had a phenomenal education. And I think it's important to come together as a community. I was actually teaching a student today about a financial literacy lesson about community, and it made me think about a village, and it takes a village to raise a child. And so we need to come together in Carroll County and work together to make our village, to make our children successful, to make our quality education successful, to support our students, to support our teachers. Every vote, if I'm elected onto the Board of Education, I will think about what is best for our children, what is best for our students, and how do we move forward as a village and as a community. And I look forward to questions and getting to know how I can be a part of your village. Thank you.